Welcome aboard Blondie. This presentation has some clips from our 4 previous videos about leaving Florida for the Great Loop. If you've seen those 4 videos, you may want to skip ahead to minute 27 or 28.
Safe cruising, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey Blondie.
Twin Dolphin Marina on the Manatee River, Bradenton, Florida. Home of Blondie for the last 15 months. But that's about to change. It's very windy today. I hope you can hear me. But we've been at the end of Sea Dock. In our time here, we've met so many wonderful people, made lots of friends. We've really enjoyed it here at Twin Dolphin Marina. Well, what do we have here? There's Blondie sitting on Blondie.
Come on, honey. It's time to start the Great Loop.
We're gonna go on the Great Loop?
Yes.
All right. I'm Bill.
And I'm Sue.
We are aboard our 42-foot navigator Blondie at Twin Dolphin Marina in Bradenton, Florida. Tomorrow is a big day.
Yes, because we leave for the Great Loop.
Finally, honey. Finally. We've been planning it for a long time.
Well, we have cruised the Great Loop part-time.
We've done a portion of it, yes.
But this is our first full-time cruising.
Where we do it every day.
Because we're retired.
We're retired!
Yes.
We retired 2 weeks ago from our business, Atlanta Office Furniture. We are still the owners. Our sons manage it for us. They do a fantastic job. We have a very experienced staff there, and it allows us to do this. So thank you very much to everyone back home in Atlanta. We also want to thank our friends that gifted us this awesome GoPro 10 at our retirement party 2 weeks ago. And that is
Sharon and Joe from Marietta, Georgia.
Paula and Bob from Orange Beach, Alabama.
And Judy from Chicago.
Judy in Chicago.
Thank you all.
That hired me full-time when I was 19 years old. I told that story at our party. Brought me to tears again. So we're making this video for future loopers, people that are in planning stages, and we wanted to tell you our story about how we got here. Everyone's path, I think, is a little bit different, and we took, I think, a pretty long time getting ready. I think we're about as prepared as you can be. You know, it's never perfect, but anyway, so we always owned a boat when the kids were younger, ski boats, open bow ski boats. And I'm originally from Minnesota.
And I'm from Michigan.
So both states with a lot of lake water, fishing, water sports, things like that. I pretty much grew up on a slalom ski. And then as the kids got older, we time to go, honey.
Hey Blondie. Big boys are nervous. Wondering what you're gonna do. Hey Blondie. Sit so down right here. They're all looking at you.
All right, we're loose. Let's go.
It's just a disguise.
Hey, Blondie. Let's go.
Free and clear.
We're clear, dear.
Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. Captain Bill,
Waterway.
First Mate Sue aboard Blondie.
And away we go.
Here we go. Thank you, family and friends, for supporting us.
We love you and miss you. Bye-bye.
Well, here we are in Sarasota Bay. It's just a beautiful day to go cruising. It's Tuesday, March 29th. Light winds. It's warm. We have cruised this route many times from Bradenton to Sarasota. Today we're going to end up at the Crow's Nest in Venice. For years, Sue and I came here and we chartered from a guy, his name is Wes, and I'm embarrassed, but I can't recall his last name. But he had a fleet of all Grand Banks trawlers, and we chartered from him many times. And he was right here in Sarasota Bay at what was at the time the Ramada Inn. And he was a great guy. He would take your reservation over the phone and just expect you to show up on the date that you promised. It was great. So anyway, old stomping grounds for us. A beautiful sunrise at Pelican Bay, Cayo Costa State Park. We did just start the generator. It's the sound you hear in the background. We must have coffee. Let's see how our neighbors did overnight during the very bumpy ride during the evening. Well, looks like everyone is still here. Doesn't look like anybody dragged anchor. Let's go forward and look at my rig. Let's see how we did. Oh, wind. Very windy. And the boat's turning into the sun. Isn't that pretty? Good timing. So there is my bridle, and I even rigged a backup bridle yesterday, just to be sure. That was not needed. So we were all good. Plus I tucked that in because it was flapping so crazy. All right, time for coffee. Good morning. It is Saturday, April the 2nd, about 7 a.m. and we're at the Fort Myers Yacht Basin, as you can see. So today's destination is Clewiston, Florida, Roland Martin Marina. We have been to the yacht basin in the past. We were here about a year ago, but that was the last time. When we did the Florida Mini Loop just a few months ago, we stayed at the Pink Shell Marina in Fort Myers Beach. We passed the yacht basin on the Caloosahatchee, and that evening we stayed at Moorhaven. So today we're starting further east, and we will be finishing the day further east in Clewiston. Right now we're doing some finishing touches on Blondie. We'll leave in just a few minutes after the sun comes up. Pretty much the last thing I'm doing is putting some water in. So that'll be our day, and it should be a good one. There is some thunderstorms predicted for the afternoon, but if so, I'll just drive inside. So we left this morning about 7:15 a.m., which is not early for us. We ran into some pretty dense fog, much more dense than what was forecasted. So we had the running lights on, we had radar on, we're only traveling at idle speed, see that. They just simply open the doors and let the water flow in. I don't know if I can zoom on that or not. No, I can't. Anyway, there's only about a foot left before this lock is completely filled. Pretty simple method of letting water in and then back out, depending if you're going up or down. Next stop, Clewiston. Roland Martin Marina, Clewiston. That's the famous tiki bar. That place was hopping last night. Last night was a Saturday night, so it was really rocking and rolling. So this marina is a long dock that is built into this canal. When Sam, the very friendly dock master, sent me down here, I asked him, where's the turnaround space so I can get out of here tomorrow morning? He goes, oh, there is no turnaround space. You have to back out. Now, in the last 30 minutes, the two boats between ourselves and that large yacht have left, so I have more space. But I'd like to wait until that big boat leaves before I've got to back out of here. I could do it, but just for the sake of comfort, I like to wait until that big boat leaves. I paced it off, and I've got to back out almost 250 feet. So, thankfully it's very calm. Great.
Hey.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
So how many times have we taken the Zodiac to go play early morning tennis?
This would be the first.
How many times have we packed the tennis rackets into the backpack and gone to the park this way? So soon I haven't played tennis for about a week, maybe a little bit longer. When we started checking for tennis facilities nearby, we saw that one is called Riverside Vero Beach Tennis Park, and I discovered it's only about a mile south of here, and we can get there through the dinghy, via dinghy. And so we're gonna try. We have a 8 o'clock court reservation on court number 8 at 8, and we're gonna see if it works out. I'm a little rough this morning. Yeah, didn't sleep that well at anchor. Kind of hot inside the boat and a few bugs. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning, and we'll get a nice workout. We're going from the Indian River through Haulover Cut eastbound. We've never have been in this area before. Geographically, very interesting area. I'll show you the iPad. I hope it shows up. But So we go through essentially this canal below this bridge, and once we get out there to, I believe it's called the Indian River Lagoon, I'm not sure, we turn north again. But obviously it's a minimum wake zone. We've seen many kayakers and so forth. We do have a boat.
Company.
Yeah, we have company directly behind us. And oh, that's another looper. Did you know that, Sue? That's a looper right behind us?
Did not see.
Yeah, he doesn't have AIS, so I don't know the name of the boat. Huh, that's interesting. Anyway, it's a very cool area. Today is Monday, April the 11th. We woke up this morning at Anchor in New Smyrna Beach, just south of the South Causeway Bridge. Last night we had dinghied into the city dinghy dock and went to dinner. It's got a very nice downtown area. Today's cruise to Palm Coast Marina, 50 miles north, is the nicest cruising day we have had in over a week. The wind is calm, the sun is out, there's hardly a cloud in the sky. It's very nice, very nice. Sue is on the flybridge driving right now. We've gotten into our routine of leaving just after sunrise and then showering and getting ready kind of in rotating shifts throughout the morning. And that way we can leave in the morning and get going. So that routine has worked well for us. The cruise through New Smyrna Beach was really beautiful this morning. It took at least an hour. There's a lot of anchorages in the New Smyrna area for those of you that like to anchor. Many different locations. There's only a couple that are close enough to downtown to reach the city dinghy dock, but there are several that are out further if you're not interested in going to city services, especially the anchorage at Rock Creek. When I pass that, it just looked beautiful, and I'm going to make a note in my logs that when we want to come back and anchor for a few days and really get some peace and quiet, that'd be a great place to go to. Rock Creek Anchorage in New Smyrna Beach. Very nice. All right, we'll see you later. Looks like obviously a small cruise ship. Might be one of those that just cruises the intercoastal or maybe the river system. He hasn't hailed me. I'm sure that he can see us on AIS. I'll get a shot of the chart plotter here. Oh, there we go. Chart plotter. There's our Bob 423 tracks. Oh, he's turning towards me. I guess I should pay attention. And so very cool. Good Friday morning, heading north, and we are just west of St. Catharines Island, south of Brunswick. Both radars passengers. American Cruise Lines. Well, good morning. It is Friday, April 15th, Good Friday. Sue and I got a very early start, and we left our anchorage at South Amelia Island River. We're there completely by ourselves. She doesn't want to be in the camera shot. And so we've already traveled north several miles. That is Fernandina Beach Harbor Marina. And over here is the mooring field. And then we're going to pass in the sun. So here's the port of Fernandina Beach. It's a very active area that I guess I didn't expect. So we had some real trouble with some shallow water yesterday, a couple of scary moments, but we're riding on a much higher tide right now, so all is good. All right. This morning we left Brunswick, Georgia, and we're over halfway to our planned anchorage on the Wahoo River, which is just south of Savannah. Tomorrow morning when we wake up, we'll have just a short run to get into Savannah. It's supposed to be fairly windy tomorrow, so I want to be able to choose my window to arrive at the marina and have an easy docking experience, which sometimes doesn't happen. Anyway, Sue and I live in Atlanta, but we have never boated in coastal Georgia before. And it is a fascinating and beautiful geographic region. It has this beautiful low-lying marsh area broken up by stands of trees of very different varieties. I think you can still see some palm trees on the shore. There's a mix of pine trees. We've seen some live oak. It is very beautiful. The other thing is that the mix of rivers, creeks, and tributaries is absolutely amazing. And let me give you a quick look at the chart plotter. And again, this is all new to us. And in addition, it's extremely tidal. If you could pull back a little bit more, Sue, on the... Yeah, if you guys can see that at home, all the different bodies of water. But again, it's extremely tidal. It's...
Oh, there's a better picture.
Yeah, there's a good picture if you guys can see that. But today, for instance, on the Wahoo River, the tidal change is from low to high tide is over 7 feet. And, you know, you've got to plan for that, obviously. So it makes a big difference. So we should be at our anchorage in just a couple hours, I think. How's it going today, dear?
It's great.
Are you having fun?
Having a great time.
I am too. I am too.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. So this week kind of marks a couple of dates for us. It's been exactly 3 years since we purchased Blondie at Green Turtle Bay Marina.
It was a great day.
On the Cumberland River in Kentucky. And yesterday was our 3-week anniversary since leaving Bradenton to cruise the full time.
It's been fun, hasn't it?
Yes, but there's been many challenges.
Yeah, there have been.
So what has been your favorite highlights and what has been not so great?
The favorite highlights are the people that we meet along the way.
Okay.
We've had some great meetups with other loopers. They've come aboard. We've had some flybridge parties. And like you said, it's been 3 weeks. We're already back at our home state of Georgia.
Yeah.
We had a great Easter at Brunswick Landing Marina, and they did a great job. They hosted a Easter brunch, provided the ham, the mashed potatoes, and I think a dessert. And all the other boaters.
Free beer and wine.
Oh yeah, that was the good part.
Yeah.
But everybody else brought a side dish, and it was like a smorgasbord of awesome food. So thank you, Brunswick Landing Marina, for a great time.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
And what has been the least favorite part of cruising nonstop for 3 weeks? I mean, not every day, but it's our full-time job now.
I would say I have not had a bad day.
Of course not, Blondie. Of course not.
Every day's a good day.
Her second nickname is Rosie for rose-colored glasses. Her sister gave her that name years ago. So with Sue, the glass isn't half full. It's always overflowing.
True.
So that's a good way to be.
Yes, it is. How about you, honey?
So first of all, I miss family and my friends back in Atlanta a lot. I miss all the guys at work, walking through the office and greeting the office staff, walking through the warehouse, see the guys in the morning loading the trucks and things like that. I miss my tennis playing friends at Windward Lake Club in Alpharetta. But the cruising's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
And so, you know, it's been fantastic. I would say, I mean, I know we're supposed to be retired, and I guess we are, but we're on vacation. So it's the best vacation we ever had, and we've had some nice ones.
Definitely.
So if you are planning to go on the loop or saving to go on the loop, it is worth it. Now, we've had some times that have been, you know, the current word is challenging,
Yes.
maybe scary.
Yes.
I remember just a couple of nights ago, we were anchored with
Calusi?
Calusi 2, thank you, in the Wahoo River. And we had anchored pretty far apart. And then maybe about 5 or 6 p.m. a sailboat came and anchored between us. There was still a great distance between each of the 3 boats. But then I got up about midnight just to look around and check. And it was a very windy night. We had winds out of the north and northwest of 20, 25 miles an hour. On the outside, there was a small craft advisory. And we had some minor protection from the north. It was basically a tree line. Anyway, I went upstairs to the main level and I looked out the glass sliding door, and suddenly the sailboat was within 40 or 50 feet of us. I couldn't believe it. When we had gone to bed at Boater's Midnight about 8:30,
Yeah.
that boat was probably 150 feet from us, but I couldn't believe it. It filled up the entire glass door, and it scared me. So then I started thinking about, you know, moving the boat forward to make some space. But really, I ended up just kind of standing there and sitting there for about 2 hours. Sue came up, and we were awake for about 2 hours, just watching a sailboat. And as the tide receded, it slipped further and further away. So no worries there. And then we just have had really unusually windy weather. Excuse me, all the loopers are complaining about it. And it just makes docking, you know, more difficult and things like that. It makes for choppier seas and so forth. We haven't had much rain. Generally speaking, it's been pretty bright and sunny.
It has, yeah.
So that's been nice. I mean, we've had a couple passing rain clouds, but nothing that's been an issue. But what has surprised me is that we have been driving from the inside quite a bit.
Because it's cold.
It's cold, yeah. And so before, people would ask us how often you drive from the pilot house instead of from the flybridge, And I would always answer 1 or 2% of the time. Otherwise, we're always on the flybridge. Well, that's not true. I would say we're driving from the pilot house inside 20 or 25% of the time over the last 3 weeks. So that's been a change. It's very comfortable down here, but it's just been very windy and very cool. So anyway.
So where are we now?
So right now we're at Isle of Hope Marina, just south of Savannah. We're going out to dinner with some friends tonight in downtown Savannah. And then tomorrow we leave and we're going to Beaufort, South Carolina, and moving north from there. So that's the plan.
All right, let's go.
All right, we'll see y'all.
Bye.
Hey Blondie, the big boys are nervous. They're wondering what you're gonna do. Hey Blondie, Tinseltown's waiting. They're all looking at you. Hey Blondie, the big boys are...
So we are on the Savannah River and we are just about to cross it. To follow the ICW, you have to cross directly over the Savannah River. You don't have to really run it. So here's a Coast Guard announcement. Anyway, I thought it was a good idea to stop and not try and cross in front of this CMA Chili is the name of the boat, as you can see on the bow. Just in case something happened while we're in front of him. But that's a behemoth container ship for sure. Good morning. We are waking up in Green Pond, South Carolina at B&B Seafood. Yesterday we departed Beaufort, South Carolina, and it was going to be about a 67-mile run from Beaufort to Charleston. It was just a little bit too far to get to arrive at slack tide. So we went about 25 miles to B&B Seafood, tied up for the night, and now we're gonna have a much shorter run of 40 to 45 miles to Charleston today, and we'll arrive right at slack tide. So it just turned out to be very convenient. This place is on Mosquito Creek, and believe me, there's a reason it's called Mosquito Creek. Holy smokes, last night we were just getting chewed up. Let me turn away from the sun there. And it was pretty intense, but the people here were very friendly. They were having a party over there. It was Friday night last night over there in the parking lot between those two buildings, and we were invited over. We stopped by for a few minutes and talked to the owner. Very nice guy. So anyway, here we go down the ICW to Charleston today. Here we are in Charleston Harbor. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and we're taking a family cruise. We just went out to the Atlantic Ocean. We saw Fort Sumter, and we're cruising back. It's still before noon, so there aren't many boaters out, but it is one of the prettiest days that we've had so far on our Great Loop journey. There's First Mate Sue, and on board as family today is my son, grandson, daughter-in-law, and granddaughter. Aren't they darling? There we go. So they drove in from Atlanta a couple days ago and they're visiting, and we're so glad to see them. And we're having a great day. Here's the cruise ship port and the container port, and that's the bridge over to Mount Pleasant.
You can't fight the system, it's got a gun on you. Monoxide out on the street, no one really cares, living in the city. It don't bother me, they say, whoa, no, 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 no. Well, it don't bother nobody, that's what they're saying today. The system's got a gun, the system's got you on the run. Better watch the danger sign, don't you try to cross that line. The system's got a gun, they'll shoot you if you start to run. Who will rule the world today, China or the USA?
We're anchored just north of Georgetown, South Carolina at the inside the Waccamaw River. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not really sure. That is Right Hand. We have not communicated with them directly today, but we first met them a year and a half ago inside a lock on the Tenn-Tom just north of Annapolis. And then we met them about 6 months later anchored in Cayo Costa State Park, which is let's see, just north of Fort Myers. And that guy's going home because the weather's about to get very bad. Anyway, very friendly couple. We couldn't believe that we had heard their name on the radio today, and then we ended up anchoring in the same place. There's another boat down here called Diamond Girl, a very cool looking trawler. I'm not sure what make and model it is, but anyway, so that's the three of us anchored in this spot. But as you can see, it's going to rain and thunder pretty strong here in the next 30 minutes, and we're getting weather alerts on our phone. So here we are. Today we left Charleston, South Carolina, and we cruised a long way. We cruised like 75 miles. We tried to anchor in Georgetown Harbor, and it was just too tight and too shallow. So we actually lifted our anchor and came here another 8 to 10 miles north, and this is actually turning out to be a lot better. So we're trying to get some food ready right away before the rain comes in. Sue's making some side dishes over there, and all in all, it was a good day. Hopefully we won't get struck by lightning. All right, I'll see you later. So we do have marriage savers for this operation, but it's a lot more fun to yell at each other. All right, I'm ready. Where are we at? We had about 125 feet of chain out last night. That yellow stripe, I don't know if you saw.
11 o'clock.
Thank you. I don't know if you saw that yellow stripe, but that was 100 feet. So we're just north of Myrtle Beach, and we're nearing the end of the famous rock pile. Sorry for all the wind noise. I know it's hard to hear, but I thought I'd show it to you. Maybe I could turn around a bit and you can see the rocks. I just had to go around that dredge right there, and didn't quite put me outside the channel, but it was a little bit dicey. And Sue is calling off my direction, helping me a lot. She's looking at Bob 423 tracks laid over aqua maps, and it helps me because I don't have to take my eyes off the water as much. So So then I decided to pick up the camera and shoot a video.
Hey everyone.
Anyway, we're getting close. Oh, there's the danger sign up there. That is the northern entrance to the rock pile. We're having a good time. Well, it's Wednesday, May 25th, 2022. This is Annapolis Yacht Basin, and it is commencement week at the Naval Academy. It's almost 2 p.m. and the Blue Angels air show is about to begin. There's a lot of folks here. I actually landed Blondie. Oh, here comes someone else right now. I actually landed Blondie in the midst of all this with all these folks and boats around. And it was pretty hectic coming in Annapolis Harbor on such a day. So anyway, everything went well and everyone's in a good mood. We're all looking forward to the Blue Angels.
A soldier out in the desert with a steely, focused face, living out a part of history, gritting out a job to make us safe. So if you're lacking courage, feeling like the darkest times, sing these words I'm telling you now and bring it up a notch somehow. America stands and liberty reigns. America stands and liberty reigns. Just look out on the harbor, listen close, and you'll hear her sing. America stands and liberty reigns. With every act of courage and every selfless deed, we left it all on the battlefield so every child could clearly see. America still stands. and you'll hear her sing, America stands and liberty rings.
Okay, we are exiting Annapolis Yacht Basin. It is early in the morning. I'm not sure what time it is. What time is it, dear?
5:30, honey.
5:30. All right, well, that's an on-time departure in my book. That is the United States Naval Academy Chapel over there. I'm trying to hold the camera and steer at the same time. And that's downtown Annapolis. This is the mooring field in Annapolis Harbor. Those are a couple of very large yachts. There's that building in the background is the Annapolis Yacht Club that we're parked right in front of for a week. And that is an active, happening place, that's for sure. You look good this morning, babe.
Oh yeah. Wide awake.
That's why the camera's on you and not me. Make a hard turn to port. I arrived a week ago on the morning of the Blue Angels show, and it was crazy in here. Worse than Labor Day or Memorial Day or the 4th of July. All right, we'll see you down the road. So we are continuing our journey from Annapolis through the upper Chesapeake Bay. We'll be at the C&D Canal in a couple of hours, and we'll cruise through the C&D Canal. I believe it's about 14 miles long, and then we'll hang a left and enter Delaware City Marina. Today the forecast was for winds out of the northwest at about 10 to 12 knots, gusting to 20, and so consequently that's on our starboard quarter, and so we do have a little rocking and rolling on the beam seas here. Currently we've got First Mate Sue driving the boat. And we've got, for some reason, Navigator decided not to put locks on these small drawers. So then we've got to tape them whenever it gets a little rocky and rolly as it is today. So it's a lot of fun. Sue has not been on the boat for about a month, and she's quickly remembering how much fun it is on a day like today.
It's a blast, honey.
And so it goes, but we're having a good time. I'll take a quick look out the back door. That's what it looks like. I know that it never looks as rough on camera as it does in person. So we entered the C&D Canal well ahead of schedule, and it's because we had the tide and the current all morning as we were traveling northbound on the Chesapeake. So slack tide is at 1:30 today. I got that information from Tim at Delaware City Marina when I made the reservation yesterday. So I would like to arrive at 1:30. So we have about an hour and a half to go, and so we have slowed the boat to idle, but we're still doing about 7.5 knots because of the current. So it looks like our ETA will be about 1:30, and that'll be nice. Sue is on a flybridge driving right now, so one of those little adjustments you gotta make while you're on your way. So we're in the lower Delaware Bay approaching Cape May, New Jersey, and this little red and white boat has been following us. Clipper Eris, E-R-I-S, Eris, I guess. Sue was driving and she decided very intelligently to go to port a little bit and get out of the ship channel because this boat kept following us
Yes, too closely.
too closely, and we avoided a rear-end collision. Let's see that chart plotter again. Yeah, it looks a lot closer on the chart plotter. Okay. Anyway, so now the boat is passing, and he didn't even call us for a slow pass. Jeez, that's just so impolite.
I watch the city lights and illuminate them bright, then I let it in and let it out. I feel the summer in the air, the sound of freedom everywhere. The stars are shining bright on me, they're lighting up so suddenly I let it in and let it out. This feeling deep inside of me, holding me back so easily. So raise your glass, your home's where you belong. Feel the love, my brother, sing along. Celebrate and drinking all night long. Feel the earth moving. Just let it in and let it out. Into a new world. Just let it in and let it out. Into a new world. When I look up to the sky, keep myself from falling high. It makes me feel like I'm alive. I'm alive. So raise your glass, your home's where you belong. Feel the love, my brother, sing along. Celebrate and drinking all night long. Feel the earth moving. Just let it in and let it out. Into a new world. Just let it in and let it out. Into a new world.
It is Sunday afternoon, June 19th, 2022. It's just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we left Liberty Landing Marina in Jersey City this morning. The winds are out of the northwest at about 25 miles an hour. And we're experiencing 2 to 3 foot seas on the mighty Hudson. And I thought that I would just show you that even the river can get quite rough. Blondie is a bucking bronco right now, so look at all those white caps. I know it never shows up on the camera as rough as it really is, but we feel like we're back in the Chesapeake or even someplace on the outside. Love y'all. Okay, we are in the Hudson River Valley, and it is just beautiful. It's a really wonderful day weather-wise. We had a very rough day yesterday coming north from New York City to Nyack, New York. It was winds coming out of the north, and we had 2 3-foot waves, believe it or not, that were beating into as we were heading north on the Hudson. Anyway, this is the following day, and the name of that bridge, honey, is what again?
Bear Mountain.
Bear Mountain Bridge, spanning the mighty Hudson River. But today is much nicer than yesterday. So how you doing this morning, First Mate?
It's beautiful. I love it. It's so peaceful out in the country. We had a great time in the city, and it was crazy. And then you come here, and it's just remarkable.
Yeah, when everyone thinks of New York, they think of the city. They think of Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx. But not that far north, just 35, 40 miles north, is this beautiful, beautiful landscape. So we can see why people love the state of New York. All right. Thanks for watching.
Take care.
So that's the Albany, New York Yacht Club. We got off to an early start this morning. It's just before 6 a.m. and we are cruising north on the Hudson, 10 miles to the Federal Lock and Dam at Troy. They open at 6:30 this morning. So we'll lock through there. We'll go just a couple more miles, and then we'll hang a left and turn west into the Erie Canal system. We've been traveling north, well, since Florida. So this is a big deal to finally start traveling westward. And more importantly, it is First Mate's birthday. Oh, she went away on me. I was gonna show her beautiful face on her 62nd birthday because it's June 24th. So this is downtown Albany. We took a walking tour yesterday afternoon and did that. It's a nice downtown area. We went to a place called the Beer Hall, had a couple brews there, and walked back. It was about a half-an-hour walk in and a half-an-hour back. Fairly hilly in downtown Albany. The state capitol resides, of course, on the highest hill in the city, and it's quite steep, as a matter of fact. We've got a beautiful cruising day ahead of us. It's supposed to get into the low 80s today with no chance of rain. All right, here we go. So here we are at the Federal Lock and Dam in Troy, New York, and here's the procedure to lock through. Hello, First Mate.
Hello there, Captain.
Happy birthday today.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Yeah, pretty cool. So we're used to locking through Tennessee River locks that have a lot more elevation. This was only about a 12 to 15 foot rise in elevation. Over here is the dam. So I think because the water is so gentle inside the lock in Tennessee, where the locks are much larger, more voluminous, the water can get very turbulent. So they have this very simple system of just one line around a pipe, and even a boat, our boat is a little over 30,000 pounds, you only need this one pipe. And they've got them spread out so that we would not even be able to, see there's the number 2 pipe over there, and the 1 is beyond that. We would not even be able to attach anything more than a midship line. So anyway, it's a good system, it's easy, and this is the demarcation between the brackish and tidal Hudson River that is from here to New York City. I believe it's about 135 miles. And north of us that we're entering will be non-tidal fresh water, which we have not experienced since we exited the Coffeyville Dam just north of Mobile. So going forward, we'll have all fresh non-tidal water from this location, Troy, New York, to oh look, there's a bunny rabbit. Look at that. Yeah, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
And look at that beautiful pine tree. I'm sure during the winter that looks great covered in snow.
Gates are opening.
Gates are opening. So from here to Coffeyville Lock and Dam, just north of Mobile, we have all fresh non-tidal water. Another step in the Great Loop.